Right-back's turn. Origi turn, shoots!
Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. Well, what is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. Today, Wilfred Ndidi. Is this a cheap N'Golo Kante, or insert any other world-class CDM here? Because this guy with a 4-star weak foot, high defensive work rate, 6 foot, and of course Premier League, and I would imagine, in fact, we can have a look. In fact, I can have a look. Yeah, he's cheap. He's 2,000 coins, which is magic. So this guy could be your current or your future CDM for the considerable future, actually, because he, I don't think, can be beaten by many people on paper, by people who aren't like, I don't know, 30, 40,000 coins plus. So you've got, like I say, 4-star weak foot, high defensive work rate, 6 foot. Moving over to the attribute details, he's on 10 chem as well, so we get the full boosts of the chem style that we will add in a second. So in terms of acceleration and sprint speed, we are actually going to tell him on to stay back while attacking in a 4-1-2-2 as the CDM. So he's not going to need to run, so we don't care about his pace, acceleration. I'm sure most people don't. Shot power is quite decent, just in case you do fancy a drive, but his long shot accuracy isn't that great, so I wouldn't bother doing that. His passing does need improving. We will address that. His dribbling, ball control, reactions and composure, not fantastic, I won't lie to you, but you know, he's an 81 rated card, he's well rounded, so you've got to have a little bit of give somewhere, and the dribbling and the passing, well, maybe not so much the passing department, because his short passing is still the same as the ball control, composure sort of stats. And then where he really does come into his own then is defending and physical, 83 and 82. You've got lack of heading ability, really. I mean, 76 is okay, but you don't need it. It's not a big thing. I wouldn't worry about it. Very good slide tackle, stand tackle, defensive awareness is nice. The interceptions are good. Interception in this game, I got a funny feeling they are going to, well, maybe they won't be because I want them to be, but I feel like they should be nerfed slightly. You need to leave a 12-foot gap between the player you're aiming for and the defender, because otherwise the defender will intercept it 9 times out of 10. It is very frustrating. 90 jumping, so makes up for that heading. Of course, his stamina is good, strength is and then aggression is pretty good. Strength is a little bit woeful, considering he does feel really strong in game. The team we have him in is that right there, so it's a pretty good team. A few players off chem here or there, but in terms of a chem style himself, what did I decide on giving him? It was between two. I've opted for a powerhouse, bit of the rock. The reason I've done that is because I've wanted to just straight up improve the defensive stats all the way up into the 90s. So stand tackle goes up to 99, defensive awareness 94, and of course slide tackle is 93, with interceptions up at 89. Physical, I don't think I need to touch that. We can do if you want to, but I really wanted a nice big boost on the short passing. He has now got 92 short passing, 77 vision. So with that, I mean, it could be better, and you could be looking at maybe a sentinel if you want to improve the reactions and things, but I've gone for just straight up power, and I'm hoping that just simple passes out of the midfield will be good enough, and we can rely on the likes of Salah and Fraser to carry that ball forward to the strikers, rather than Ndidi looking to play that killer ball, because CDMs don't really do that. They sort of, they clean up and then they pass it out to the players who are able to pass. So it's nice that he has some sort of passing ability. 90 odd short passing is good, it's just the vision isn't quite there. So he should be accurate in passing it out from the midfield, but it's just then getting it to the strikers. We have Arthur, Salah, Dembele, Fraser, all the people who can feed into Pookie. But without any further ado, let's get into the gameplay. And Ndidi on the ball here. Oh, I played that up and over the top to Trippier. I've actually got him on drop between the centre-backs. I'm not quite sure if that will remain the same, but for now at least it's going to be the way. Here he is again, and Ndidi brings it forward into the path of Pookie. Round for Fraser, who gets the best of the opponent there. Referee's advantage apparently ran out just as I kicked the ball. That is very well timed. Joe Gomez has done exceptionally well. Salah dinks it to Ndidi, who clears it out to Trippier on an overlap, I think. I'm not told him to overlap, actually. Here comes Salah. Look at Dembele through the middle, by the way. He may very well be offside, but he scored an absolute banger, and he's not offside. And it started from the back with Ndidi. There you go. He's come over to close it down. We've tried to cut the angle of the pass off, and he's had to go all the way back to Kovacic. And we can start pushing him back up the field a little bit, and there is Ndidi, makes a great challenge, and away we go. Ball up to Pookie was a little bit questionable. He nearly made it. I think a player with a bit more pace would have done better there, but it was a good challenge. There's Mendy, and Ndidi was... Oh, I didn't want to click on, apparently. There is Ndidi standing it up. Ball's rolled past him. He puts enough pressure on. I think it's Tammy Abraham to force that ball wide. We're going to try and close down and cover the space for the pass, and there it is. We've got enough time. He's got good enough ball control to be able to just time that right and get the ball out. And another attack started by a dispossession from Ndidi. Ball into Pookie, and it's going to be a lovely finesse off the outside of the post. Keeper's made a great save. Fair play. Can't really argue with that. Just holding Ndidi in the middle. I tend to hold my CDM, and I'll force the AI to go and close down the space to try and stop the cross, because, you know, my opponent doesn't really want to make the cross because crosses don't do anything in this game. So why waste sending a body out there, as Ndidi makes another great challenge? Why waste sending myself out there and then allowing him to gain position in the middle? I might as well just send the AI out there. Pookie through the middle to Salah. And again, though, it all stemmed from the interception from Ndidi at the back, and unfortunately we weren't able to take advantage on that occasion, allowing my defenders to go to him, and Ndidi comes out with pace to try and intercept that, goes back into the slot because he's quick enough to do it. Just a little bit of pace, and there he is to intercept the loose ball, and he can get it out to Cuadrado. It's almost like a defending tutorial, this, and I can't defend, but I think I may need to invest in Ndidi permanently on my road to glory, because this guy at the moment is proving to be the difference. He's just blocking everything, and that's a terrible pass. I'm going to have to track Tammy Abraham here. I'm guessing he might just try and put the ball in if he gets a little bit tired with this. See, they're reluctant to cross it because they know. And Ndidi goes across and takes the ball. But they are reluctant to cross because they know there's no point. Headers don't really do anything anymore, so they are trying to worm their way in. Ndidi comes across, marking the space, marking the turn, and it's cleared, and Cuadrado breaks into Pookie. Caught a little bit here where Ndidi wasn't in position. He's obviously going to try and go back for that. Ndidi with a bit of a lunge. And we can just get that out. Just calling the second man press and then holding Ndidi in the middle is proving to be pretty damn effective. Here is Mendy. Back to Ndidi. Ndidi with a little drag back. Cuadrado. Pookie. Mo Salah. Mo Salah using the dribbling skills. Mo Salah is magic. I absolutely love this fella. This card is so good. It's an Ndidi review, but wow, wow, wow. Mo Salah does it again. It's brilliant footwork, and that's awful. But we have won the game 3-0, a clean sheet. Ndidi with a fantastic performance. You really notice it when you're looking for it, but Ndidi is one of those players that will do that every single game and you won't even notice he's doing it. He breaks up the play, makes a great challenge, can get the ball out simply, and then you can play it into Mo Salah or whatever, and you can just power forward. And it's so effective, and an unsung hero, and with a powerhouse chem stud on him. Oh, he is magnificent. I've had 4, what you might say, competitive games with Ndidi, and I've played with him. I dread to think how many games I've played in friendlies, in max chemistry against a few people I know, and I've put him in every single team. And he's so good that he goes... I can't say he's so good he goes unnoticed, but he's so good at what he does, but you don't notice it half the time. I played against Multiplayer HD, you may know who he is, does player reviews and team loop predictions on YouTube as well, and he kept telling me that Ndidi was the biggest pain in the backside to play against. And I was like, why? And I'm looking back through the footage and I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. He just makes so many interceptions. He block tackles everybody. He's there. He's strong despite only having 74 strength. And he is so gangly. He's only 6 foot, but he's got such long legs that the interceptions become even more prevalent because he's stretching for it. Every single time he'll get it, whether it's in the air, whether it's coming down or it's on the ground, he will intercept it. And where interceptions are so, are they overpowered? Are they a bit of a nuisance? You get the idea. And Ndidi's one of those players who just thrives on interceptions. In terms of weakness, I mean, I don't know how long this card will last you. It's only an 81 rated. I'm not talking about it as if it's N'Golo Kante or, an icon CDM. It's not going to last you the whole game. It might not even last you the next month. But for, at the moment, the time being when the game is in and around its launch period, Ndidi is an absolutely sensational CDM that any Premier League team needs to have. He is so good. Speaking of another Premier League player that your team needs, Mo Salah. He's a little bit expensive, but he's not really a starter player, but he is brilliant. He is by far my favourite player this year. He's so good. But of course there's a long way to go. But going back to it, Ndidi is a great buy for 2k. You can't go wrong. Just slot him in there, tell him to stay back while attacking, and just watch him make those interceptions. If you have enjoyed this player review, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.